Hi there, welcome to Forensic Forecast. A little bit of a different format this week. Unfortunately, Simon's had to go and do some other things this evening, and so he's not able to do the podcast with me. So I thought, as opposed to just sitting here listening to me talk, which, I'd find that boring, so everyone else would do, I'm sure, we'll have a quick look at Facebook, specifically the chat part of Facebook, and the forensic artefacts that it leaves behind. So here we are. This is the profile page for Facebook. This is a test person that I've just made up called I'm an Example. I'm sure the irony of that's not lost on everyone. As you can see, one friend, which is me, Lee Whitfield, and the relatively new thing is this bar along the bottom here. If we zoom in, this is a chat bar. Now, any notifications, you get like a little red speech bubble with a number inside for how many messages you have. That shows your status. It says you can show yourself as online or offline. Pop out chat settings, and you can change your Facebook status there. And then you got this bit here. You click on that, it pops up, and it presents a list of all your friends that are currently online. So we've only got one friend online with Ima, which is my account. Obviously, that's going to be the only person who we're going to try and communicate with. As you can see, the little green button there is the status, whether online or offline. My name, my profile picture, my status that I entered in that says is doing a test. And remember that because it's going to be recorded. So you click on that, and as you can see, Lee has already sent Ima a message. It says, "Hello there, Ima," sent at 7:47. Now, once again, the profile picture, my name, is doing a test. How long ago that status was updated shows the time that the message was sent, the person who sent it, and the message. Now, if we type back, "Hello, Lee," and press enter, and there we go. There's a chat going on between those two now. Now, the important thing to remember, this particular feature is only included in the browser, like available down at the bottom of the page here, in Internet Explorer version 7 and higher, and Mozilla Firefox. And now it might be the case with Safari and Opera, but I've not tested those particular browsers yet. I'll get around to it and let you know. What happens if you try to access it in Internet Explorer 6 is that you get a little pop-up window which says you can chat in this window if you want to, but for your best experience, download Internet Explorer 7. Now, I don't know the particular usage statistics on Internet Explorer 7, but that's what's being issued with new computers. When Vista goes out, people are always being requested to upgrade and whatnot. So it won't be long until Internet Explorer is the mainstream browser rather than Internet Explorer 6, version 7. So here we have this. Now, this is all Ajax, which means it's live, but in order to speed things up, Facebook have made it so that this chat window here and the online friends list are cached to the web page, but it doesn't happen yet. If you looked at the view source for this now, you looked at the source code for this web page now, all it would have it would say the online friends at the bottom, because that's what was available when we logged in. This window wasn't. So, in order to force it to cache this page, there's a couple of different things that we can do. Either we can click on another link somewhere. So, you could look, you click on my profile page, you click on photos, the videos, group, the notes, anything, any link on the page will make sure that this page here is cached. So all we're going to do is that we're just going to F5 it just to refresh the page. So if we do that, as you can see, those two windows have popped back up because they were open. We'll close that one down for just a second. Now, remember that text there, because now we're going to look in Encase and see what we can find there. Okay, so here we are in Encase. Now, what we can do is that, as that was done in Internet Explorer, it's quite easy to find documents and settings, the users, administrator, local settings, temporary internet files, content.ie5. Now, what we'll do is that if we blue check that blue checks everything which is in there, in any of those folders. So all the temporary internet files in there currently will just be the ones from that Facebook session which we showed before. I cleared everything out beforehand. So, what we need to do now is, if we go across to the keywords, I've already checked a keyword here and created one. And what I'll do is, if I zoom in here, you can see what it says. That keyword says, "Hello there, I'm." And if you remember, that was part of the conversation which appeared in the Facebook page. So, I'm going to click. We've blue checked that. We're going to click on Search. Selected files only. Selected keywords only. Press Start, and as you can see here, there are 2 search hits from 194 files. So I'll zoom that back out for a second, click OK, and we'll go across to the search hits. So we click on "Hello there, I'm." If we go in here, we can see that that particular text has been saved twice. One of these is this peculiar looking HTML file. The other one, as you can probably guess from the name of it, is the profile page. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the top one first. Now if we just back off a little bit here and scroll down, what I want to do is just show you a little bit here. Now, as you can see, there's some kind of loop going on there, but I'm not entirely sure what that's for, and it would take a little bit more researching to figure it out. So here we've got here message, text, "Hello there, I'm," with the exclamation mark at the end like it was in the thing. The time is a Unix time code, and I'll show you how to deal with that in just a second. Then we've got the client time, message ID, which I'm not entirely sure what it is. I imagine that is a unique message number generated by Facebook for that particular message. So if anyone comes to Facebook and says, "We need to know what this particular message number says," Facebook can go back through the databases and show, yeah, this particular text string said, "Hello there, I'm." So then we go from, and that's Lee Whitfield's profile number there. That's 69 all the way down to the 36 here. To I'm an example's profile number, from Lee Whitfield to I'm an example, from first name Lee to first name Ima. So each message which is sent is cached in a similar way. If we searched for the reply which Ima gave, which was "Hello Lee," then you'd find another HTML file constructed very, very similarly with the "Hello Lee" texted instead. So the second one, we go to profile.htm, and now if we go down here, we'll explore this a little bit. Now if you clicked on view source, whenever the page was refreshed, you'd see all this down at the bottom. window.chat display, a little bit of PHP code there, and we can see that that's the profile number for I'm an example, and if you look up here, that matches that in there as well, so you know that that was a message sent to I'm an example. First name Ima, thumb source, that's the location of the picture for I'm an example's profile picture. As you can see, it's just the default picture at the time. We go along here, and this isn't part of the conversation. This is part of the friend listing. The friends that were online, and we can see there Lee Whitfield's profile number, Lee Whitfield's name, Lee Whitfield's first name, Lee Whitfield's thumb source, which isn't the default one. It's that cartoon picture of me. Status is doing a test. The time the status was updated, once again, is that Unix time code. I'll show you again in a minute. That was 19 minutes ago when the page was cached. And then it shows here the start. That's the start there of the chat window. So you got the chat window opening, then you've got Lee Whitfield's profile number, you've got message, text, hello there Ima, exclamation mark, from my profile number to Ima's profile number, the time that the message was sent, and then it closes off the message there. But it doesn't close off the chat, and I'll show you this now, because here's the reply. Message, text, hello Lee, from I'm an example's profile number to Lee Whitfield's profile number, time is that Unix number again, and then it closes off the message. And then that second brace there, that closes off the chat window. And we go along, and that just basically shows other parts of the PHP scripting. So, as you can see here, that basically you've got the two parts of the conversation. Now, obviously, if the conversation was longer, there'd be more sections to that. If more than one person was chatting at a time, you'd have all of the different conversations being cached into this page, and each particular message being cached as its own miniature file there. So it's quite useful, really. I mean, if you think about cases where people are going to be stalking or possibly grooming, there was something on the BBC last week about using social networks to groom children and how predators and paedophiles will do that. Facebook, like any other social network, is open to that kind of thing. Obviously, they'll try and stop people where they can, but I mean, it's not really possible, as you well know. Okay, so there's only one more thing left to show you, and then we'll call it quits, because I can hear people yawning and stuff. What we'll do, so we'll have a look at the timestamps here. Now, this is the time that the first message was sent, and it was hello there Ima, and it was sent from Lee Whitfield to Ima, as you can see there from the profile IDs. Now what we'll do is that we've just highlighted the time that message was sent, and we'll copy that. We'll zoom out. Now what we're going to do, because unfortunately Encase doesn't pass this particular time code itself, we need a third-party piece of software, and that is, if I zoom in here, oops, it's Decode, and it's one of the free tools at Digital Detective. Very, very useful. So what we'll do, we'll just open this, and as we zoom in, you get a good idea of what it's for. Basically, what you do is you select your time zone, your decode format, and in this case, we're going to scroll down to Unix numeric value. What we'll do is that we'll paste the number in there and we'll decode. Now that says the right time. Tuesday, 3rd of June 2008, 18:47:04 UTC. Now, obviously, we're not at UTC, we're at UTC +1 right now because it's British summertime. So if we hit decode again, there you go. There's the exact time that message was sent. So not only can you show the content of the message on Facebook, who sent the message to who, but you can also pinpoint to the second when that message was sent. I hope this has been useful to you. If there's any questions or comments or anything you wish to add, please send them to me via the comments section or via the email address forecast@whitfields.org. You can also now access the website by going to forensicforecast.com. At the moment it just forwards you to whitfields.org/forecast, but I'm going to change that sometime over the next few weeks so that it's its own hosted identity, so mostly so that my family don't get irritated at the fact that I'm using all of our bandwidth for this instead of telling people what they had for breakfast that day and so forth. But I hope it's been useful, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.